third week of school and have started to settle into the new year with an increase of about 300 students compared to the end of second week last year, so year-to-year comparison. As typical, we continued to welcome new families to our district throughout the first 2 weeks. The number of students that have already reported to class is just shy of 6,200 right now, and that includes over 1,000 new students as of yesterday registered in the district. So our youngest students are, who were a little teary-eyed on opening day, have gotten accustomed to their new learning routines. It usually takes a few days getting in and out of school and getting in and out of the cafeteria, as well as transportation routines and route times to shake out at the beginning of the year. Ms. Whitbeck's already done some rerouting of buses and changing of pickup and drop-off times, and I'm happy to report that all students have been picked up and dropped off safely at their destinations. Principals have reviewed lunch schedules to ensure our students are getting time for both healthy meals and some healthy play. All the teachers attended grade-specific sessions on unwrapping the standards and pacing guides as part of the pre-service agenda this summer. Second-year teachers participated in 21 Keys for high-performance teaching and learning sessions, and third-year teachers focused on differentiation and technology integration. All staff participated in Make Your Day, or positive behavioral intervention support sessions, and I went to each one of the school sites for the superintendent's welcome again this year and shared some of the district data, some of the same data that we shared at the board meeting last month, celebrated some of our progress, and reviewed some of the challenges that we're preparing to address this year. Meet the Teacher Nights on Thursday before the opening day was attended by close to 4,500 families. Information was provided on transportation, food service, parent-teacher associations, technology, athletics, other activities, clubs, safety, and more. The students and staff have been enjoying improvements that were made to our facilities over the summer. At Littleton STEM Academy, all the interior and exterior surfaces were repainted for the new year. Collier Elementary added a second serving line in the kitchen, which has helped there a lot, and that was paid for with a state-funded grant. Students are going in and out of the cafeteria on a new cafeteria floor as well. Country Place Leadership Academy received new carpet in 33 classrooms in the media center and offices that complements the polished concrete in the hallways and cafenasium. Astoria Vista also received new cafenasium floor, and of course Littleton campuses, including the district office, were deep cleaned so that they were ready for the new year. We'll be working on improving instructional spaces for PE classes this fall because there are excessive heat warnings and there isn't a cool enough place for those activities. So our large cafenasiums are going to have some curtains so lunches and classes can both share those spaces, and we're working on other solutions where the cafenasiums are too small for that. Summer feeding program at the Bistro and ACES ended on August 1st, and the final summer feeding numbers for meals served at Quentin, Littleton, and Eva's Bistro was, 10,674 free meals to our community over the summer break. That's down about 10% from last year, so that's reflecting current trends in the nation. I'm not sure if that's going to continue or if that's going to level out. This summer also included my participation in the Discover China delegation by invitation from AASA, the School Superintendents Association. And we visited schools in China and looked at establishing a sister school with a school here in Littleton. This collaboration between the two countries included visits to K-12 schools, local education agencies, and state education departments. We observed classes, engaged in dialogue about school administration, curriculum, and teaching methodology, and they have a particular interest in STEM and environmental sciences. I was particularly impressed by an elementary school whose signature program centered on chess. They had won the city championship 13 years straight. And so when I walked into they had really a red carpet entry, a main lobby when you came into the school. On either side were circles of desks of 12 to 15 students in a circle with a chessboard and a piece of paper to mark their moves. and one student in the middle of the circle playing each of the children. And that's the two champions. And so they went around and played 12 students simultaneously. And as I walked in, they said, "Do you want to play?" And I'm like, no, I taught my son to play chess and now he beats me. I mean, really, my kids, they can beat me at Connect 5 and checkers. I have a fair chance at tic-tac-toe in my house. But they insisted and they wanted a picture, so I got into the middle of this circle, and this one poor little kid, must have been maybe 9, looked at me completely scared. I moved the knight because I knew that was a complicated move and it would look like I knew how to play chess. And then he moved a pawn and I moved a pawn and got out of the circle. But the schools and the children there were amazing, and it was a lot of information. I'm still putting together my report on the trip, and I hope to have that for our next meeting. Another exciting news, we've been working on the blueprint for our newest school that we plan to open by 2022, and we'll share a draft of the site plan later in the meeting. Developing these plans for our new building has been made possible through the support of our voters and our partnership with Brookfield Group that is developing the Alomar community, which brings me to the importance of upcoming elections. This past May, the governing board adopted a resolution calling for a special override election. The proposed 15% legislative spending limit override authorization is a continuation of the district's current authorization, which was previously approved by voters. Approval by voters of this continued effort will enable us to continue offering uninterrupted quality programs like the tuition-free full-day kindergarten we have, student support programs, lower class sizes, special area programs like art, music, and PE, teacher and staff salaries to attract and retain qualified staff, and after-school programs like our athletics and clubs. So those are very important to our kids in our community. We can't use district resources to advocate for people to vote yes, but we can legally inform the community about the consequences of voters either passing or rather not passing the election question. So it's important we all live up to our civic responsibility, model good civic engagement for our students. The county has decided that this will be an all mail-in election. So people need to pay attention to their mailboxes, and if you haven't registered to vote or you've moved, then be sure to get registered by October 7th and be engaged. All around the schools this summer, and thanks again to voter support in the past elections, we're able to purchase new laptop devices for many of our students. This means 2/3 or over 4,000 students in the district have one-to-one devices to learn with this year. And meanwhile, the work continues on our fiber network to increase the bandwidth between all the school sites and the district office and the world. The fiber network project is being completed using state and federal funds to increase our network bandwidth and support all types of server-hosted management, instructional, and assessment applications. The boys basketball and girls soccer tryouts started Thursday for fall sports, and those students are excited to be preparing for another season. The first games are being held August 22nd after school, 4:45. Basketball will be at Tres Rios, Fine Arts in Estrella Vista. Girls soccer will be at Collier, Tres Rios, and Quinton. So please come out and support our student athletes, cheer them on. And just as the summer was coming to a close, City of Avondale, as part of the Open a Book, Enter the Universe initiative, donated several boxes of new books for students at Country Place Leadership Academy. So we're thankful to Janet Dare and the Community Outreach Manager at City of Avondale for their partnership. In closing, I want to express our appreciation to the Sam Pickley Field Trip Manager and Act One and Deborah Smalls and the Phoenix Art Museum for their donation to support Fine Arts and Estrella Vista field trips. And that's all I have this evening. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr.